Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. Well, the Victorian Premier has announced the further restrictions on businesses throughout Victoria and how they're going to impact us both as a state, as businesses and as individuals. So this video is just a bit of a thought in process. We're still seeking clarification on some areas. The big one though that we need to get out in the open is the fact that after close of business on Wednesday, Bullion Now storefront, so the over-the-counter sales side of Bullion Now, will cease operation for the coming 6 weeks at this stage. Now, look, to be honest, it could be slightly less, although I actually suspect it may be slightly more. But just while the government's got this stage 4 lockdown period in place, over-the-counter sales at 605 227 Collins Street will cease for now. We can, and I'm seeking further clarification on this, we can actually, by the sounds of it, still operate our click and collect out of the Melbourne CBD store. It will be purely contactless. Some of our family out there will remember the fact that we could actually do it through the airlock, and we did that through, I think it was late March into April and part of May, where you could actually come in. Now, we're not 100% sure, and I would suggest that you actually contact the government hotline to confirm. We're not actually sure whether it'll be worth operating it, because we're not sure that you will be allowed to actually come, unless you live within the 5 kilometres of Melbourne CBD, whether you will actually be able to come in and avail yourself of that service. So we're seeking clarification, and I'd strongly suggest you seek clarification, even if we do offer that service, before you come in, just to make sure that no one's going to get into trouble for it. But my understanding is that we can still operate that, but stand by for further information on that as we move forward. Obviously, the online sales, the over-the-phone sales, so online is bullionnow.com.au, over-the-phone sales 1300 84 84 10, email sales, so sales@bullionnow.com.au, and the live chat on our website that operates around about the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday sort of period. We are more than willing and more than capable of taking orders via those mediums. Please avail yourself to them. We are securing supplies as we speak. I've been on the phone to several of the refineries, just confirming that we can still order, that they're still staying open and manufacturing, particularly our local refineries that we really like to heavily support. Obviously, it's a local community and local businesses and that we want to support. So we've been in pretty heavy contact with them, and all things look good on that front. So we still anticipate having plenty of stock. We still anticipate being able to provide those services. Again, just to re-emphasise previous videos, we can have items freighted out to you. There is a little bit of discussion with our freight companies at the moment. We're trying to negotiate better services, better prices, and if we can get that, we will pass that on to you as quickly as we possibly can. So if you want it delivered to you, absolutely we can do that, whether you're within the state of Victoria, within Melbourne CBD, within Australia as a country, or if you're one of our international family members that purchases from us. So please avail yourself of those mediums. You can also store on site at our storage facility. It's free of charge for at least the next 6 months. And that way you can either store it here until these restrictions are lifted and then you can come in, or alternatively, you can just make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a dozen smaller purchases, build them all together, and then just have one freight fee of everything out to you however you would like to do it. So those services are definitely in place. Now, some of the exciting things that actually this time to step back will allow us to do, and this is going to be a bit of a shock to Joe because I actually haven't told him this part yet, but we're going to try a few different things through YouTube. I'm really hoping we can do some live chats where Joe and I will sit down remotely, and hopefully you guys will be able to pitch in. And I'm not sure how the technology is going to support us in the back end, but we're going to try some live chats so we can sit down and discuss the nature of the industry and answer your questions and where we think things are going, or different signs that we're seeing and that type of thing. I'm very, very hopeful that we can tap into some other resources, maybe some of the refiners or some of the commentators from overseas and things like that. So let's see how that plays out. Nothing may come of it, or something may come of it. Just keep an eye out on it. Also, we're going to spend far more time being able to communicate through those electronic methods that I've mentioned earlier. I know that our phone system particularly, but our phones and emails have been massively overloaded, particularly these last few days, with people wanting confirmation and reassurance of where we're going with all these lockdowns and changes. And I will admit that when we finally got the doors closed on the shop yesterday, I had about 40 phone calls to return, and I think I worked through about half of them before it got to a point where it was actually too late in the evening to be starting to call people. So obviously once the doors are closed on the business, we'll be able to actually be more conscious of getting those calls returned to you. So I guess this is a twofold statement. One is, please cut us a bit of slack for the next 48 to 72 hours while we get our ducks in a row. But after that, expect that that great customer service to just shine through yet again and support you where you need it. On that level of support, I've been blown away by the support that people have shown us as we move through this time. And look, it's a trying time for everyone, not just us, but the support that we've received both from customers in the store, over the phone, through email, some of our international people. It's been amazing. So I just want to thank people for doing that, and just recognise that even though we're a business, we really have become quite a bit of a community, a family, and it blows me away to think that we're a part of that. So thank you. That's it for now. I will keep the updates coming as and when we know more. Like I said, get those orders, or keep those orders coming in. We will support you. We will have the stock in. It may not be exactly what we want at the time we want, but we will endeavour to keep everything flowing as per normal, and we will get these doors back open to over-the-counter sales the very minute they allow us to again. All right, thanks for that. We'll talk again soon. See ya.